this gender thing come from?
Gender identity is determined by biology. Ever since prehistoric times, men and women have done different types of work. This past has set in our genes and is reproduced with each new generation.
People who believe in biological determinism search for variations in the brain or in hormones to justify the differences and inequalities between women and men. By looking at the behavior of iguanas, they say that it is natural for women to fantasize about sexual submission and devotion to men.
Men's desire to have many sexual relationships responds to a biological adaptation strategy of inseminating as many females as possible.
But does everyone agree with this explanation?
No, there are different critiques. Unlike other animals, human beings are not born genetically pre-programmed. For example, compare humans with ducks who know how to swim from birth without taking any lessons. People, however, need help from others in order to survive and must go through a long learning period in order to become self-sufficient. Their desire and identity are configured during this time period based on the social categories they have access to. So, identity is not innate. Instead, it is constructed through social practices, such as the pressures people experience from childhood in order to adapt to the gender they were assigned. The biologist's discourse has also been criticized for justifying and framing as unchangeable the differences and inequalities between women and men.
Men are aggressive and dominant by nature. Patriarchy is the reflection of men's and women's different abilities in society. I can't prevent my male chauvinism. It's a product of my testosterone.
All women have maternal instincts. These explanations don't allow acknowledgement of the responsibility they all have in maintaining differences, inequalities, and gendered violences.
But if they were predetermined genetically, we wouldn't be able to make sense of why some cultures recognize the existence of a third gender, describing people with both masculine and feminine traits, or people who cannot be classified within the categories of women and men.
We don't need to look too far into the past to see that in the span of only 3 generations, the expectations of women and men have changed a lot.
Huh. Then it can't be all biologically determined. But do you really think it's all cultural?
No human behavior is determined genetically. Human nature involves the ability to build one's own story.
Also, people change their bodies based on gender ideals through many social practices. People are at once biology and culture. Their brain, for example, is a product of the combination of both genetic programming and lived experiences in social settings.
Aha! I think I understand it now. Wait a minute.